Welcome back to Lugnut Games. Today, we're going to be going down a different little path here. We got Escape from Tarkov. I'm going to leave the screen on there for a second so you can pause it and read it. But essentially, what it boils down to is you are a private military contractor. And you are essentially left behind when it comes to, an abandoned area of Russia after a conflict. So this is post-conflict. The point of this game is to survive. I am playing single player. Single player isn't exactly a known entity among the Tarkov community. For the most part, everyone who streams it on a regular basis or does YouTube videos on it on a regular basis, they swear up and down that this is essentially a cracked version of the game or a hacked version of the game. And what it boils down to is they're full of shit. Gonna tell you that now. I follow Pestily on a regular basis. I watch all of his videos. He's an amazing content creator. However, he's talking on his ass when he says this is a cracked version of the game. In order for me to run this game, I have to have the game itself. I have to buy it from the website. This isn't on Steam, Origin, any of those. You have to go to escapefromtarkov.com to actually download this game. Once you do that, you download the game files. All this version of the game does is it takes out the asshole element of people with nothing better to do than to play this game, and leaves it up to essentially us poor slubs that don't have the time to put hours and hours and hours into this game so that we can be competitive in it. This isn't a competitive game. It's essentially a loot first-person shooter type game. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a kill or be killed type game. However, I do not personally have the time to put in hundreds of hours in this game so that I can be competitive with all the other assholes that want to sit here and spend 12 hours a day on the game. So, that being said, I have downloaded a file that essentially allows me to play the game with computer characters instead of online players. So that being said, we're going to get into this. So we're going to pick English because Russian, Dutch, and France, or French, I should say. Yeah, I could probably do it in Russian, but Dutch and French, not happening. So let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to call this, let's just go with Lugnut Games. Why not? Okay, so here you have your two factions. Well, there's multiple factions in the game. So you have your USEC, which is like the US or NATO paramilitary type faction. And then you have the Bear, which is the Russian private military contractor faction. Then you also have Scavs, which are non-player characters, which if you're using this faction or either of these two factions, when you're using your main character, you go against the scavs, and they actually have bosses. So if you choose Bear or USEC, it doesn't really matter. It gets more in depth, but we're gonna go USEC because, well, let's be honest here. I was U.S. military, so time to get that M4 going. So we'll choose a face. They have your different options here. We'll go Taylor. Voice-wise.
Okay, we got bears. Now we got goddamn scavs.
Other guy saw a bear in this area.
Yeah, we'll go with that voice. Why not? Alright, here we go. So this is the main menu. So we have a hideout. Once it loads, eventually. So you can see down here in this bottom corner it says SPT-Aki 2.1.0 beta version. So SPT is single player Tarkov. AKI is the group or the person that actually created this mod, to where you don't have to be online, you don't have to deal with all the other mouth breathers that actually put 13 plus hours into the game every day. This mod is essentially made for the working person. I work, I go to school, I do all that. So I don't have time to put hours and hours and hours into this fucking game. So here we go. I'll pause this so you can read it. Alright. So this is the hideout here. You got your lavatory over here. It's really dark right now, but the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to upgrade the vents. So these are rubles, Russian rubles. They're fairly easy to come by. You got 3 different types of currencies in this game. You got your rubles, your US dollars, and euros. Euros are for more or less late game upgrades. You don't necessarily need them right now, but it doesn't hurt to build them up because, well, the later game upgrades end up being about 60,000 euros, 60 million euros, something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but it's a lot of damn euros. So I'm playing on the Edge of Darkness account instead of the standard account, because when I bought the game, I bought the Edge of Darkness version of it. And the difference being is your standard version, this would be level 1 instead of level 4. And your stash, I'll take you to the stash here in a minute. But your stash would be very small. Nothing else is upgraded. So you got a med station here, rest space, heating. You've got illumination, lavatory, and workbench. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the illumination. So maybe we can get a little bit of lighting in here. Okay. It doesn't help. But now we're going to get into the main part of the game. So if I click down here on characters, there we go. We have our main character eventually when it loads. will be right here. No stats whatsoever. Least damage area is the head by default. No survived raids. Every raid is essentially you going into a map, shoot, loot, and escape. The whole point of this game is to escape from Tarkov. Now, being this early in the game, it is still in beta. So, there is no actual escape from Tarkov. It's just not a possibility, period. However, the developer's goal, and I've been following this game for years now, the developer's goal is to eventually make it to where it's one solid storyline. You go from area to area. Eventually it will be all open world. You have traders that you can buy and sell loot to. And you also have a flea market, which is based on everybody else. So think of it as a Tarkov version of eBay. Now, you can see like this PM pistol right here. You can actually see it. Same with the TT and the Beretta. Not an issue, but these ones right here with the lines through it that are silhouetted out, these are unknown. So if you click down on the scroll wheel, you will identify them. Right here, go to examine. There we go. The TAS 106, and you saw it pop up down here that I got experience for that. Now, experience is important because your experience in this game, where is it? Is it skills? Okay, so right here, you have all these skills. Well, I say you have all these skills, but all these ones that are grayed out are eventual skills that they're going to add to the game. Sorry about that. So all these skills are eventually going to be added to the game. As of right now, you only have the highlighted ones. So recoil control, troubleshooting, eventually your guns jam if they're in a bad condition or you use them enough. You're going to end up with stovepipe malfunctions, double feeding. Your weapons will jam. When you clear those jams, you get a little bit of experience in troubleshooting. The same with recoil, melee, underbarrel launchers. Honestly, these two are probably the least used skills in the entire game. Aim drills, surgery, which will be, I'll explain it to you. Searching. So this skill is one of the most important ones. The most important one is going to be, if you come up here, you have endurance and strength. Those are equally important. As you can see right there, increasing strength allows you to jump higher, sprint faster, hit harder, throw further, and carry more weight. That is going to be critical to your playthrough. So let's go back to the gear. This is all the starting gear you get. A lot of people don't like to do this, but I'm going to do it because honestly it's easier for me. So you come down here and you can actually hit this little button right here. and it sorts everything. Yes, I want to automatically sort everything. Everything. So if you control click, it puts everything back in your inventory. Okay, so this gamma pouch, or gamma case in the pouch slot right here. This is one of the perks of Edge of Darkness. If you don't have Edge of Darkness, then you end up with a 2x2 slot. So just these 4 slots when it comes to alpha cases. Now, like I said before, if you come up here and go tasks, right now I have no active tasks. But if you come down here, these traders actually give you tasks. So we're going to click on here, and all of these, the most important thing you can do at the beginning of the game is identify everything. Usually it's middle mouse button, but for some reason right now it's not working. So we're not going to identify it. We'll do weapons, because this game goes so in depth that this weapon right here, if I didn't identify this magazine, which is right here, if this was grayed out, I wouldn't be able to reload. If I was to pick this gun up off of someone, I would not be able to reload. I could have an inventory full of these magazines. Right here. I would not be able to reload because I did not identify that magazine. So the most important thing you can do is identify everything. The ammo, the magazines, the optics, the weapons. It all comes in handy. So I'm going to go ahead and identify everything, and I will be right back. Alright. Well, got them all identified for the most part. I mean, so the fence is like the flea market type trader. You have Prapor, who, I mean, he mostly sells Russian stuff. Oh, missed that one. Let's go ahead and ID that. You have Therapist, who sells medical stuff, keys, food and water, which is going to be critical because when you're in a raid, you have energy and water. You run out of water, not a big deal. You run out of energy, you run the risk of literally blacking out and not finishing the raid. So that kind of becomes an issue. Fence, there's a lot of stuff here that I haven't identified. But the main reason that this game caught my attention was for stuff like this. You could modify weapons. I was an armorer in the military, so gunsmithing, weapon modification, all that kind of stuff, that really catches my attention. And honestly, this gun, well, minus that little 45-degree angle sight right there, and probably that LAS-2 sight right there, this is not a bad gun. It's got a Bravo sight. Let's go ahead and identify these. So you can identify these individually. You have your slides, your receiver covers. Come up here, you've got different barrels for shotguns, handguards for ARs, AKs, SR-25s, that kind of thing. However, if you double click on a gun, then it brings it up. When it brings it up, you can left click and hold and drag it around so you can actually like look at the gun, which is really cool. That's a mag pull, drum mag. You've got, what is that, probably a Surefire light. But see, here's how you figure out what type of light, what type of magazine, what type of foregrip, stock, sights, all of that. So even if you identify all of this stuff over here, like this, because I played this game enough, I've got probably pretty close to 600 hours in this game. This is going to be a Glock. I don't remember what it's called. It's essentially a buttstock for a Glock. Yep, there you go. Glock GLR 17 stock. So, for those of you not familiar with a Glock, where you put in the magazine, there's a little spot in the backside that is actually hollow. And they did a pretty decent job of actually mapping this out when it comes to the dynamics and physics of the Glock. This little moon shape right here that you can kind of see, that would fit into the actual locking mechanism of the small hollow part next to the magazine well. This would actually go inside that hollow part, and it would essentially, you'd put your cheek right there, put that into the pocket of your shoulder. Now you have a stock, an adjustable stock at that, because that pin can be adjusted. You can see it right here. So that pin can be adjusted. However, I digress. When you click on a gun like this AR platform right here, you can see up here it's essentially an M4. It's an AR-15 platform. But you have to go in here and identify all of this separate too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with you guys. I've got one more gun, I think. Okay, yeah. So it was a Surefire light on that gun. I've got, oh, this one right here. It's an MPX, or MCX, should say. It's a 6-hour rifle, 300 blackout. So we'll double click on that. Let's identify these parts. Usually you can do a middle mouse button or scroll wheel click to actually identify these, examine them, but for some reason mine's not working right now, so I have to actually right click on it and then go down to examine. Now I can inspect each individual part and it will show me each individual part, but that's neither here nor there. So you see these green check marks. This means they have tasks. Each trader has a task that you can do, or a series of tasks I should say. But to begin with, see, he's grayed out. Jaeger is grayed out, so we have to accept these. This wants us to eliminate scavs, which are NPCs on a certain map. But we also have to obtain a certain style of shotgun. Make, model, all that. So, now Therapist, she wants us to get some Salewa first aid kits found in raid. I think we can do that. So let's go Ragman and let's see here. Let's buy these. So you click down here, autofill, deal, you buy it from character. Okay, so we've got a decent amount of money. We got $395,000, or rubles, I should say. I'm gonna refer to them as dollars. But see, the cool part about this game is I can do this. So, actually, you know what? Let's do it on here. So we have an MDR 5.56. It's basically a bullpup AR-15 chambered in a 223 or 5.56. But if I click and drag this sight onto it, now it has a sight. And that is one of the main reasons that I like this game. So here we got scope mounts, we've got a scope. Then let's put that on a sniper rifle right here. Done. Let's see here. Let's stay, well, we've got 3 mags. So, one of the biggest things that gets a lot of people caught up in this game is the fear of losing their equipment, their gear, whatever they take into a raid with them or into a mission with them. And the biggest way to get over that is just to play, period. You're gonna find stuff, you're gonna lose stuff. That's how this game has worked. So let's start off by taking, let's do, actually, you know what, let's just do an IFAK right here. And if you hover over it and then press a number 1 through 5, I think it is, or maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, you can see down low, down below, it's actually changing what hotkey it is. So you have your weapons down here, but then anything else you put right here. So I can literally grab a bottle of water, put it right here, hit number 5. Now if I hit 5, I will drink that water in raid. I always take a bottle of water and an MRE, or they have the Russian MREs in this as well, which are called Iskras. Those are always good to have. So let's go ahead and you know what, I think for this first raid we'll take just 2 magazines. If you control left click, you send stuff into your inventory. I'm gonna put the axe for my sidearm. Actually, you know what, that's 2 pounds more than I need to carry, so I'm not going to. Let's put on glasses, let's put on what else do we have? Put on some contacts. I don't really care for any of these others. The Compact 2s are actually pretty decent. They allow you to hear stuff better because this game is all based on perception. What you can hear, what you can see, what you think is going to happen, that kind of thing. It is completely 100% based on that. So let's see here. Now we have these Salewas right here, but we can't use them for our mission. Because they are not found in raid. So a lot of stuff has to be found in raid. So if we go to our tasks, we have the shortage mission. These are the two missions we claimed just a little bit ago. So if we go to shortage, then it's find Salewa first aid kits in raid. Now I will show you the difference between found in raid and not found in raid here in a minute. Go back to our character, make sure we're geared out as far as what we need. I might actually take a stack of ammo in here. Let's take a backpack. Each backpack, each chest rig, each armor kit. Now, here's the best way to sort your inventory. Put this backpack inside of that one, this one, inside of that one. There we go. This is a sorting table, so I'll tell you about scav runs here in a minute, but if you have gear left over from a raid, but you don't have inventory space over here, you can put it in here until you do, say like this. You have no more inventory space in here for whatever's over here that you want to drop into your inventory. You can put, say like this one in here, put what's in your inventory, or what you want to drop in your inventory into here. Then you can take this, put it right there, put that in there, boom, done. Not an issue. You can sell stuff to the traders. Mostly what you're going to sell to the traders is going to be loot. I always take some kind of splint, whether it's a regular splint like this or an aluminum splint. It doesn't matter. There is absolutely nothing worse than trying to make a jump at one point or another. You fail the jump, you break a leg, and then you're bleeding out trying to get to an extract on a time limit, and you can't make it because you didn't have something to patch that up. So if you look at this, you have, it stops light bleeding and it stops heavy bleeding. That's good. These CMS kits are used for if you actually lose a limb. Now, the health mechanic in this game is very in-depth. If I get shot and I have a heavy bleed, I can use one of these S-March tourniquets to stop that bleed. But if I start sprinting or running, or even just jump, it has some kind of RNG mechanic that will actually reopen that wound. So there's a high chance that this or this tourniquet right here, I will have to use 2 of them because I already had a wound. I healed it, or put a tourniquet on it anyways, and it reopened. And that goes with these bandages. These bandages are only good for light bleeds. Hemostats are good for heavy bleeds. That's why it's nice to take an IFAK or an AFAK with me. Now, the AFAKs look just like this, but they're black. That's really the only difference. They're a little bit faster to use, and it takes less of the kit because this is 300 out of 300. So an AFAK takes a little bit less of the kit out of that 300 to actually stop a heavy bleed. You know what? I'm done talking. Let's get into this game. I've got M855 is not the greatest, but you know what? Let's put 1 in the chamber. Yep, it's got 1 in the chamber. I got the sight on it. Let's go ahead and let's go to customs. So here you have your PMC. You can choose to do a run with literally the character you just saw me set up, or we can do a scav run. Now, if you do a scav run, and I'm still waiting for this mod to update, the single player mod, to the new one, which will give me another map to go to, and another essentially game mechanic to deal with, but we're not dealing with that right now. So a scav run, the best way to use them is to start in one place and literally run from wherever you spawn in at on the map to an extract. Loot everything you can on the way there to the extract and sell it all for a profit. Because if you extract, say I was to use the scav, then I would be able to sell the vest, the gun, the helmet, the backpack, or sling bag that he's got on. And I wouldn't have to deal with it. I could sell it all for a profit, and it might take me all of 3 seconds to sell. But we're going to rock our PMC right now. I'm probably not going to do any scav runs, at least on camera, because without the update, they don't really make any sense to actually do. So for right now, we're going to go with the PMC. Let's go. So these are the maps. Now the new update has Lighthouse on it, which is it's a pretty cool map. But given we're playing single player, as you can see down here in the corner, it's not available yet. I've been waiting for the last month for them to update this mod to include that map, the scav bonuses and karma and skill trees, all that kind of stuff, but it hasn't been done yet. So for right now, we're going to go, you know what, I think we're going to go interchange to start off with. So we're kind of at a transition time. Weather conditions are kind of shit. But let's go ahead and do it. So this is the advantage of this mod. Is I can go in, if I did this, I wouldn't have to deal with any computers, none of that. No other players but me on that map. But being this is a playthrough for YouTube, that kind of stuff, well, we're going to do this. So AI difficulty is going to be the same as online, and the AI amount is going to be the same as online. So I will be right back as soon as we get into a raid. Okay, so I guess I won't get back to you guys once we're in a raid. So there's also this screen I got to tell you about, which is the ensure screen. So if you come up here, you have return rates very slow, exceptions none, and then so you got prepper or therapist. They're both the traders. However, this one is a return rate of unknown, which in all honesty is faster than using prepper. Prepper is very slow. I haven't had good return rates with him, period, as far as actually getting my gear back. So if you can afford it, you go with therapist. Then when it comes to selecting items, you ensure all. Okay, well this is kind of bugged out, but essentially if you die in the raid, as long as someone doesn't take your gear out of the raid, then and mind you, anything you put in your container, your pouch right here, they don't have access to, and you'll see that in this raid. If I kill someone, they won't have access to this. Like, I will not be able to loot whatever is in their pouch, their container, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I didn't put on a backpack. Alright, hold on. Let's throw a backpack on. There we go. Let's go customs, 8 o'clock in the morning. So when you raid, you have the ability to ensure whatever it is that's on you. And essentially that means if you die in the raid and none of this is picked up by someone else and carried out of the raid, as long as they don't extract with it, like they can take it off your body. If they die and it doesn't actually get extracted, then you have a strong possibility of getting it back. Oh, now it's working. So I'm about to insure just the backpack for $12,000, which honestly isn't really worth it, but we're gonna do it anyways because why not? So let's go ahead and start the raid. So I think it's 5 scav kills. I need a Taz shotgun. And I think that's it. Oh, I need Salewas as well. So I'm not sure exactly how long this recording is going to be, but we'll do a couple of raids, probably a scav raid as well. So we're deploying. Let's see where we're at. Oh. Okay. That's handy. Gas analyzer definitely comes in handy. Condensed milk. Let's get our first key. Let's put that down in our pouch. It's not letting me use the middle mouse button, which I don't know why. Let's check our extracts. Crossroad, trailer park. So we got to get across the bridge, basically. So the biggest thing you want to keep an eye on is your stamina. Down in the bottom left, the green bar. If you get shot, it goes down. If you sprint, it goes down. If you aim, the blue bar goes down. Not as fast, but it still goes down. So let's come over here to the old gas station and see if we can get a scav killer too. So these green smokes that you see, that means this is open for an extract. We don't have that extract, but if you do have that extract, then you're golden. Mouse sensitivity is a little high. Go ahead and put that CMS kit to repair our limbs in there. And there's these containers. They're buried caches. Let's put on some armor. That sounded really close. So this is going to be a relay. I'm not sure what this is. Cigarettes, it don't matter. And Amelia croutons. We're going to need those for a future quest. We've got grenades going off, which kind of tells me that the scav boss is over there. There are gunshots going off everywhere. Alright, let's check this stash and then get out of here. Loot Lord. Let's take a pistol. fuel conditioner. It's not a bad grab. We're gonna need 3 of those for an upcoming quest. Okay, we're about to walk into some shit right here. So let's go ahead and well, you know what? Let's just get into it. Yeah, I don't see any scav snipers. They spawn up on that building, and then there's towers that are over there that they spawn at. The scav boss can spawn in that building. So let's see what we got going on here. This building right here in front of me is called Crack House, which there's actually a pretty high chance we're gonna get some Salewas out of here. Let's open this door. No, just another CMS kit. Oh, wait. There's a Salewa. You got 2 painkillers, bandage. Dead scav right here. BPGS, not that great, but we are going to need the duct tape, and let's take the 40-second T. So you check the jackets for keys. Keys are the best thing you can get in this game. Oh, except for that one. Let's go ahead and close this door. See if that guy comes in. We had a round hit the side of the wall, like right there. We were closing that door, but I don't think he's gonna come in, so oh, that sounded really close. PRS rounds, garbage. PST GZH. We'll take those because they're not half bad. Another grenade. Sounds really close. I think we should honestly go out and some Tarcola. Go ahead and take that. Got some pomegranate juice and some Kvass water. Let's check this bag. Go ahead and use that Tarcola. What are these, sprats? Alright, sprats aren't bad. Not a bad get. Let's take that. Right up there, we got a scav sniper. Got him. One scav down. Let's close that door. See here. Bolts are a good grab right off the bat. Oh, I discarded it. Damn it. Cabin key isn't bad. We need that for a quest. Take some oats and some hot rod. And what is this? Tea? Energy. Peas are a good grab early game. Let's see here. We're at 79 energy, 88 thirst. Let's go ahead and use the peas. Hotkey that to 5. Alright. Let's get out of this room. Dead guy right here we can search. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need that. We got some bleach. We need a syringe. Nails are handy. Early game. Let's put the nails down here. What is this? Oat flakes. We're good on energy for now. Let's go upstairs. Blue tape, headset. Let's take this money. Yeah, we'll take some keck tape. Oh, out of room. Alright, fuel conditioner and condensed milk can leave. This key is not that important, so let's go ahead and get rid of that one too. Another gas analyzer definitely comes in handy. There's some matches right there on top. We're gonna need those. Spark plug, sure. go ahead and drink this. Take the matches. Let's check the rest of this room. Some milk. Some paper. Some raid. Which is a good barter trade, but I could be bartering for anything in this playthrough, I don't think. These aren't a bad grab early game because we got a quest coming up that needs them. Oh, this. We need the intelligence. So let's go ahead and let's eat the sprats. Move the matches down. Let's grab that intelligence. Let's see. What do we not need? We don't need that. We don't need that. Actually, I'd rather have one. Oh, okay. So the found in raid part. This check mark, this little white check mark, means it's found in raid. Hover over it, item found in raid. That's what you need for most quest items. So, there's at least that. Oh, there's more intelligence right there. Okay. Oh, we got room. Yes, I hear those gunshots. They're silenced, but I hear them. There's another Salewa we need. Augmentin, not a big deal. Oh, there's our last Salewa. So let's go ahead and use that T. Great. Now the weather's getting bad. Go ahead and drop these US dollars. They're not that hard to come across. Let's grab that Salewa, because we're going to need it. Ooh, there's a tourniquet. Tourniquets are good. They're definitely handy to have. So is that morphine right there. They're probably more valuable than the ammo. There's another morphine. Alright, we're going to get rid of this headset. Give us a little bit more room to actually loot stuff. PS rounds, not great, but they're not bad. Painkillers. There's another Salewa right there. We don't need another tourniquet. Don't need another bandage. No scav snipers. Okay, this part's gonna be pretty sketchy. Right in here, we got a body to check with a key that we need. This is the unknown key. Shit, missed him. Go ahead and loot this guy. See what he had on him. He had this MP5, which we can fold up and put in place of, say, the bleach and the gunpowder. Got a gun we could use. Man, this is not an easy decision right here. What do? Let's use these. Search his chest rig. His chest rig is bigger than ours. So, here's the thing. Let's unload this ammo. Action SX. Not great. But, let's unload this ammo too. Zoom in. PP rounds. Okay. Get rid of our chest rig and our armor. Let's take this. Throw that down here. What's his backpack? Drawbridge. That's actually a pretty decent backpack. Can we put this one in there? We sure can. Alright, we're going to double up on that. Let's go ahead and reload. Oh, this guy's got the good backpack. I hear that shooting off to the right. Might not be good for us, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Inspect, examine. Because I accidentally hit inspect. Check this out. Okay, not great. It's got a decent helmet. If we do this, we can get this in there. That's garbage. I don't know if we need the 118 key. We're definitely going to take that. Let's examine these magazines because we can. Unload the mag because we can. Garbage ammo. Ooh, those look like AP rounds. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and unload these magazines. Let's take that ammo with us. Let's see if we can get out of here right here at this extract. That light right there is on. So, yep, we can. Let's check this crate real quick. See if we can top up on our loot. garbage rounds. 197's not horrible. So, we'll take them. Actually, you know what? Let's go down here. There's another hidden stash right down here. You gotta be careful of people up along that bank right there. Because if they are over there, they will kill you. Let's see what's in this hidden stash. Blood set we need. That sounds really close, so let's go back up here. Let's just extract. We're not going to risk it on this run. Three, two, one. There we go. And we are out. Okay. So we get experience for surviving the raid. You get experience if you're in a raid and you extract under a certain amount of time or under a certain amount of experience, you get what's called a run-through. Run-throughs aren't great. You essentially get shit on when it comes to the experience that is offered. However, it's still a successful raid. And you still get some experience for it. Plus, sorry about that. Whatever items you extract with, even if it's a run through, are still found in raid. But we gotta survive, which is the best you can get. And because we killed a few people, so you could be in for 5 seconds and then turn around and extract if you're that close to an extract, which you will never be in this game. This game is not for the faint of heart. This isn't for the Call of Duty players. This isn't for the Fortnite players. This game is a military simulation. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you get shot, you get hurt. There's no fancy purple, blue, pink, gray potion, none of that shit that you can get. You get shot in this game, you've got some serious consequences to face. You have a game plan going in. Like, oh, okay, well, I spawned here, I'm going to extract at this place. You get shot anytime between point A and point B, then your game plan's going to change. If you have a mission to go in and say, plant this item or retrieve this item, but you get shot before then or blown up before then, either A, you're going to die, or B, you have to make a decision of, do I think I can get this task accomplished prior to extracting and still extract, or it's going to be literally just a matter of, well, maybe I'm going to make it, but I've got no other choice. This game, it's hard. Like I said, I've got probably 500-600 hours in it, and that's without the single player mod. This is probably maybe the 30th, 40 range of raids that I've done in this game on the single player mod. On my main account on the regular game, I had, prior to this previous wipe that happened in December, beginning of this last December. So December 2020. I had... My account was... I think I was 300 raids in. And I was level 28. And barely scraping the bottom of the bucket when it came to what you can unlock, the quests you had to complete, the whole 9 yards. This game is so in-depth. This new update that I'm waiting on for them to upgrade to the single player mod has VoIP, which is voice over internet provider, which essentially means that you can talk to people in the game. It's got a new map, new scav stuff. It's really, really in depth. It's got daily quests, daily missions. Well, those are kind of one and the same, but essentially they're daily missions. Go here, do this, kill this with this gun in this location. Escape or extract from this map this many times. It's way more in depth. I'm waiting for them to integrate that into the single player. But the biggest reason I'm doing a single player playthrough right now for YouTube or Rumble is because I personally don't want to deal with, okay, I'm going to put 30 minutes into recording because that's about all I've got per day. I've got about 3 hours per day to do a recording. Now, if I do, say, even just, well, look right here. We got a 26-minute raid. So we're literally looking at one raid per day. Now, that 45-minute video, because this being the first one, I've got all the intro stuff to do. I have the outro stuff to do. We're literally looking at probably right around a 50-minute video, give or take. Essentially, what that means is, sure, I've got 3 hours a day to record. Great. Sounds awesome. But that 50 minutes, it's literally going to take me about an hour to do the video editing. Make sure even the dark points in the game, because this game does get very dark as far as lighting goes. I've got to equal all that out because YouTube darkens stuff. My rendering software darkens it. I have to render the video. So we're looking at an hour and a half on that alone. So we're already up to 2 hours, 30 minutes, give or take. And then you have whatever the length of the video is how long it takes YouTube to render it in just standard definition. And I'm recording it at 1080. 1080, 60 frames per second. So when I upload something, it takes as long as that video is, at least, to upload. So it's going to be a minute. But this raid is over. We got some good shit. We survived it. Took 26 minutes, 25 seconds. It says early termination, but not exactly sure what that means. Every raid I've survived says early termination. But we are level 3 now, which opens up a quest to get another trader. We killed 2 people. One was a bear, and the other one was a scav. The scav was a chest shot or thorax at 110 meters, and the bear was thorax at almost 18 meters. This screen goes through your hit counts, fatal hits. Obviously, I only killed 2 people. Killed 1 bear, 1 scav. A bear or a USEC is considered a PMC. So that's good. Assault rifle kills. Equipment found. I think they have one on here for food. Provisions found, 9. Drinks consumed, food consumed. There we go. Alright, so we're about halfway to level 4. Not a big deal. Can I just say, the music in this game is pretty good. Okay, so after a raid, come right here to your character, and you have everything you just looted. All of it. So this AK-103 right here, it's going to have some stuff to identify. There's only so much you can identify while it's still technically equipped, even though it wasn't the primary weapon. This is huge. The B-30 handguard is used for some gun building quests later down the line. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. We used 13 rounds. We had 1 in the chamber, and then we used 12 out of this magazine. So that's not horrible. And you can reload in raid, which is why I took the extra rounds. We have another M9 to add to our plethora of M9s. I'm probably going to get rid of a lot of this stuff. A lot of these magazines, the weapons, like I'm not going to use an MP5. The shotgun I might use just for shits and giggles. The M4 I'm probably going to modify. So let's go ahead and control click all this stuff. Oh wait, we got the backpacks. So we got a loot lord. So there is a container bigger than the gamma container. It's called the Kappa container. So you have an alpha container, which is the 4 slot. Is alpha 4? I think the alpha is 4 slot. Then you have the gamma, which is this. And then the Kappa is even bigger than this. It's another, I think it's another 7 slots. But you need stuff like the Loot Lord, the T, all that kind of stuff to do it. What ammo is in this Action SX? I mean, it's not a bad ammo. We just probably won't use it. So let's put all this stuff in our inventory. This MP7 though, this MP7 might actually come in handy because if you look in the upper right up here, it's only 2 kilos, which is about 4.4 pounds, give or take. Well, 2.3. So it's a little over, actually, I think just under 5 pounds is what that would be. However, weight is severely important in this game. Let's go ahead and dump all this stuff in our inventory and we'll sort it out here in a minute. Now that was in this backpack, which we can put down here. Then we have the drawbridge. The drawbridge, not a bad backpack. So let's go ahead and stack those. Can I? No, that won't fit in there. But will this fit in there? No. Okay, well, I tried. So, this backpack on the first mission or raid is huge. It's huge, as Trump would say. Because look at all these inventory slots. If you inspect it, we got 48 inventory slots. This one, probably pretty close, but they're all split up. This one's 32. But these 32 are split up into a 4x4 and 4 2x2s. Like, it's not great when it comes to, like, if I want to put a gun in here, I can't. Maybe I can do it. Nope. Can't even do it there. That way. But this gun, or this backpack, even with this in here, yep, I can put that in there. Hell, I could take this out, put that in there. Then if I, well, that's going to get sold, and that's going to get sold. So even if I was to do this, I could do this. I can do that. Hell, I could even do that if I wanted. So, I mean, it's not bad. Good find right off the bat, guys. Really good find. I'm going to keep the factory key on me. So the factory key, it's useful in numerous spots. The map we were just on, the big building where I showed you guys that the boss could spawn, and probably did spawn, to be honest with you. As much as I heard explosions and everything else there. There's actually an extract in that place that we could use if we had that factory key. We go and turn the power on in one of the buildings and then come back to it. And there's a place down in essentially a basement area that we could extract from. In the factory map itself, there's, I think, 3 different areas that we can extract with that key. And I believe it's used in one other place, and I don't, I don't remember off the top of my head exactly where it's at, or what map it's on. But let's go ahead and actually let's put these over here. There we go. So that's reloaded. All that's good to go. Let's go ahead and leave the CMS kit behind. I mean, if I get hit bad enough that I need the CMS kit, then I got bigger issues. Sort this. We're going to keep that AK-103 because that's going to come in handy. I guarantee it. So unload this. What ammo does this have? AP rounds? Okay. So we're going to keep the AP rounds because AP rounds for a 45 are great. It's essentially the best ammo you can get. These MP5 magazines, what ammo do they have in them? PST, GZH. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and keep all this ammo, because that's a lot of ammo that will come in handy, because we will eventually, actually, probably the next video, what we're going to do is some just pistol raids. So I will buy a Glock. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here we go. You see the green check mark? Gunsmith is active. Then we've got introduction. So this is the one I was telling you about. Once you hit level 3, I'll pause it here so you guys can read it. But essentially, we accept this quest. We go there. We'll get 30,000 rubles, 4,500 experience, plus 3. So this is for the rep. Now, the rep is important because if you look up here, sure, we're at 20 out of 15. We got to spend money at this guy, and you can spend money by either buying stuff from him or selling stuff to him. But we also need to get level 20. But by doing this quest, we will unlock Jaeger, who is... he mostly deals with shotguns, that kind of stuff. It's a really good trader to have because the missions he gives you are mostly food related, which is kind of surprising in a way because food's fairly easy to come by in this game. But it also gives you a lot of experience and money for it. And honestly, the equipment that he has to sell, not that bad either. So we've got these 3 Salewas. Oh, we got 4 now. You see the little check mark? That means that we can turn them in for the quest. It's a quest item. So let's go up here to tasks right here. So we found 3 in raid. We can turn them over. And we only have to turn over 3 of them, which is good. So we completed that. We're going to get plus 0.03 rep, 15,000 rubles, some painkillers, meds, and splints. Not a big deal. But it opens up sanitary standards, which those gas analyzers we got, this is where they come in handy. Like, there's a whole storyline to each of these traders, and honestly, I've been through it a couple of times, read it, nothing's changed. I'll pause it for you guys right here if you guys want to read it. Scrolling down. You guys can pause it and read it. But we're going to accept this quest. And we just had to find 1 gas analyzer in raid, which we did. So we're going to go ahead and turn that in right away. It's going to give us some more experience, some more trader rep. Some first aid kits, 14,000 rubles. And it will unlock the ability to buy more first aid kits from therapists in her shop. So let's go ahead and turn one of the two in. About time you did an important service to many, if not everyone. Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. So that's done. And then Prapor, what do we need for his quests? Okay, so we got 1 out of 5 scavs on customs, which is the map. And then we have to do 2 MP-133 shotguns, which... So, remember I was telling you about Jaeger just a minute ago. If we unlock him, we can actually just buy the shotguns from Jaeger and turn them into Prapor for that quest. He needs, what, 2 shotguns? So we turn in those 2 shotguns, it allows us to buy an AKS-74U, which, as far as assault rifles go, it's kind of a bitch gun. But at the same time, it's another gun that we could use if we're in a pinch. It also gives us 60 rounds of PST-GZH, which is pretty good just running around ammo for 9mm. 9x19 is a common round. Most of your 9mm guns, even in America, is 9x19. Let's go ahead and unload the ammo from all of these magazines. You know what? You guys don't want to see me do this. So, I'm going to leave it off here. We'll pick up next time. And we'll see if we can get some more scav kills on customs. Maybe we'll go to Woods and unlock Jaeger. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys off here. And I will see you guys next time. Go ahead, leave a like, follow. This video will be uploaded to Rumble once I get it all edited together with all the cuts and breaks that I took. Because, well, there's a lot to this game. It's not a pick up and play like Call of Duty. It's not a clear-cut game. There's a lot of nuances, ins and outs to this game. So I will edit this all together, and I will catch you guys in the next one.